Welcome to the Borderline Too Much Fun podcast. I'm Matt. I do SEO and web-related stuff here, and this is Josh.
I'm Josh. I'm the lead design leader.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how SEO is the foundation of a good website. So why should people worry about SEO when building a website? Like, why do you think?
They should worry because they need to be able to rank well. Obviously, it goes without saying.
Yeah.
But they also need to, over time, I think, have a good direction that will hopefully land in a really good spot. Let's say in like 2 years.
Yeah, that's sort of the way I see it. Is like building a site without SEO is like building a house without blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plan to move yourself forward. It's a way to set achievable goals and to build your site in service to those goals, whether it's more sales, more leads, more contacts, more employees hired.
And it's safe to say, I think, that SEO is the most important thing in web design, and in just building a website in general.
Yeah.
So, does that sound right? I mean,
I think so. I think you don't want to start a project until you know what that project's goal is and how you're going to get there. So moving forward, after you've built your site and it's ready, doing all that SEO prep work also helps you focus your content, make it useful to visitors, and give them the things that they want and expect to see. So it also it helps you plan, concrete steps into the future to position your site better on Google and in front of your customers in a way that you don't have to pay for like you do with like Google ads or Facebook ads or anything like that.
Something also that we can't stress enough, SEO is an incredibly long-term game. I think the minimum results you can expect, I feel like, are within 6 months maybe.
Yeah,
but you're looking
that's
at
if you're like a small local business looking to rank locally and things like that.
Yeah,
I think.
But it's really, never think of SEO as a short term, as a short game. It's got to be long term. It's got to be well strategized, and you have to do the right things along the way to get yourself to where you want to be.
Yeah, you're not going to write one blog post today and be ranking tomorrow. It's just never going to happen. So from your perspective, is it easier for you now to build a website once all that SEO prep work is done?
100% it is.
Yeah.
That determines so much about how the site navigates and so much about how the content is laid out. Before, when I was building websites by myself, I'm a pretty good writer as well, but when I have someone focused on writing the content and putting all of the work into making sure the keywords are there, I know it's descript, it's perfect content to get you to rank well.
Yeah.
Then I can use that to the best of my ability in the design space as well.
I've always found it's easier for clients too and their timetables because clients are busy. Like they don't have time to write the content. So if they have somebody that they can just offload all the documents, all the information to, and then just handle it.
I agree, and I'd also love to give you a nod that you do a great job of both writing content that's keyword heavy, that's super technical and good for ranking, but it's also well readable and it's still creative and it's still it's fun to read. And oftentimes, if you ever hire like an SEO agency out of another state or another country to do your SEO for you, they'll often generate very keyword-heavy content that just doesn't read well, and it kind of sounds robotic. And I'm sure people know what I'm talking about. You've got to balance it both. They have to. It has to be keyword-heavy, but have a little bit of cleverness to it, and maybe have a bit of your brand voice also in the
That's
copy.
what I was going to say. Don't lose your voice in an attempt to appease Google or give Google what it wants in order to rank, because ultimately it's more important for people to enjoy your content than it is for robots to enjoy your content.
And that gets into kind of how long people stay on your website. That is incredibly important too.
You want to keep people on your website as long as possible. That's why it's important to write informative and useful things, not just salesy promotions and stuff like that. You want to give people things that they need and find useful and will stay on your site for. So things like guides, things like
FAQs. So
FAQs,
we read an article last year sometime about how FAQs are becoming one of the first places someone might head to learn about your company or your services.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes when we're building a site, we can attach it's called an accordion, or like a question answer kind of expandable section.
Yeah.
We can connect that to the Google schema, and it allows it to the Google will pull those questions and answers for the Google search.
Yeah.
So
and they'll put them in your business profile.
In your profile, yep. So you're doubling as you're talking about your business, but you're also becoming a leader in your industry with the answers for what they might have.
Yep.
So.
And you're one fewer click away from somebody actually getting to you. To wrap it all up, a synopsis, if you will. So in conclusion,
to sum it all up, Matt.
Yeah. Before you build your new website, make sure that you've done some SEO research. You've hired somebody to look into it. You want to make sure you're targeting the right keywords. You want to make sure your content isn't too keyword heavy. It's easy to read. It's easy to use. But it's also, readable by Google, by search engines and things like that. If you do this bit of work up front, it will save you so much time down the road. You'll be very glad that you did it or had it done. And
if you end up working with us too, we'll give suggestions to where you might be in 2 to 3 years, and we'll be able to kind of say, like, if we want you to rank for these specific keywords, and we're gonna give you the roadmap kind of to do that, whether it's through content production from us or content collaboration with you and your team. Like, you might be able to produce the content, and all we're doing is hand-holding and kind of just advising. We can kind of work in both respects, but we can build and give you the guide, or we can build and execute the guide. That's it. That's right. All to get you to where you want to be. So thanks everybody. That's the summary.